All right, we're back with Yeoman's work. Let's get this over with. I'm just kidding.
Topic number 1. How do you breathe underwater?
I put these slits in my neck for gill holes.
Well, let's talk about...
What do you want to talk about? NBA?
We'll start with the NBA. Let's talk about trade deadline coming up. I heard some big names getting moved.
When's the trade deadline exactly?
February 9th. Last year was February 19th.
Okay, so
take away 10
coming
days.
up.
Yeah. So I think Gary Trent's on the move. I think Fred VanVleet's on the move. I think the Raptors are about to blow it up.
Interesting.
I think they might build around Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam.
Well, aren't the Raptors, though, still, like, in the playoff hunt, pretty much?
They're, like, in the play-ins. They're fighting for,
That's
like,
the problem.
10th,
no one's out of it anymore, so...
Yeah, this year, I think tanking has been, like, gotten rid of. A lot of teams are actually fighting for those play-in spots, so...
So we'll see. Maybe they should blow it up, but will they? Before we go any further, is this mic working for sure?
It should be.
All right. I'm hoping so, because I don't want to record like a half-hour thing and we're like...
Well, what are your thoughts on Rui Hachimura going to the Lakers for Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks?
I mean, it improves the Lakers. Does it make them a championship team? I don't think so. It's a solid move, I guess. They have more to do, but
add to our depth. I think it's a good move.
I like it, I guess. I don't know.
Power forward that can pick and pop on the mid-range. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I did watch him once this year, and he like absolutely went off.
Yeah.
He definitely has some potential, but you know,
their plan is to re-sign him this summer. I think that was.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's only 24, so I hope they can develop.
Playing time was always an issue with the Wizards.
I will say this: Kendrick Nunn, or as they say, Kendrick Nunn.
None points.
Yeah, he really had a not worthwhile tenure with the Lakers. So
yeah, I don't know.
That bone bruise really fucked up his career.
After that one Rookie of the Week performance
with the Heat,
it's been downhill since then.
But other teams that I see are buyers. I saw the Nets are trying to trade for Naz Reid from the Timberwolves. Heard they made some phone calls. John Collins on the Hawks. Even heard what's his name, Bogdanovich on the Pistons.
Is this all just Lakers rumors?
No.
Oh, just these are guys that are going to be moved?
Yeah, no, these are all just NBA rumors going around and what all the reports are going out there.
Bogdanovich is one of my favorite players. Nets should bring him back.
I think he's a horrible defender, but he's a great offensive player. The Nets could make a push for him, but I don't know what they would give up. They don't have many first-round picks, and apparently the Pistons want like a protected first-rounder.
He's worth it.
A 34-year-old that doesn't play defense.
He's a walking bucket. Can get you 20 on any
I heard the other Bogdanovich also could be up for grabs with the Hawks.
Also a good player. I'd take them both.
I heard the Hawks are trying to trade Gordon Hayward, Oubre, even Plumlee, or what's his name, Terry Rozier.
They should just trade Plumlee. He's a nice player, but he's just blocking
minutes for Mark Williams and Kai Jones. Yeah. They have a lot of centers that need.
Hornets need to stop fooling themselves.
I really wish PJ Washington would go on the trade block.
Yeah, I like him. They have a lot of really good players. They just they're not a good team together.
Yeah. So that's what I've heard around the NBA, and also I heard that Zach LaVine, if the Bulls keep losing, will probably ask out. But I don't think anyone.
He's like one of those guys that just I don't know. Where would he fit? Like what's a playoff team that he's going to make like a championship team?
I don't know, but his injury history worries me, so I don't really want to trade.
Like the Bucks, but do they have anything they could give for him?
Middleton, a first-round pick, and maybe like Nwora.
I'm kind of like Middleton better than him though.
Middleton's a better defender by far.
I like LaVine, but more as a fantasy player. Even though
I don't know where he really fits.
Him off my team.
And I forgot to mention, like reiterating with the Raptors, I heard Anunoby, OG.
He's leading the league in steals.
Like there's a rumor he said he wants out, and also like the Raptors want like the haul for him because of that whole Rudy Gobert trade from this past summer. So
Right.
A lot of teams, like, the market's so screwed up from that trade that they're, like, asking for multiple
Yeah, the
first round.
Timberwolves ruined everything for everyone.
And they're, like, terrible. D'Angelo Russell.
Gobert just he doesn't even look like he
I heard
fits.
Russell's up for grabs. I heard Kyle Lowry's up for grabs, but I don't think many.
All you NBA teams, get it together. What were you doing?
But you're right. I think because of the play-in tournament now that a lot of teams are so close. Like the
Yeah.
West is like 3 games each.
Yeah, that's true. The West, there's a ton of teams right on
Like
the
at the
cusp.
bottom, like the top 5 are there, and then like at the bottom, like anyone.
Yeah, I could have been a contender.
Could have been a contender. Great film.
I've never seen it.
I have. I took a cinema.
On the waterfront?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
is
know
it
it's
good?
filmed in Hoboken?
I might have heard that.
Yeah.
Right on the waterfront, huh?
Great movie.
Also, though, referenced in Raging Bull at
Oh,
the end when he
yeah.
does like the monologue of on the waterfront. Great movie.
But back to the topic of sports. What do you think of these division rounds before like?
We talking about football now?
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to talk about the NBA. I mean, except promising players.
Yeah, it's just a crap show, really. There's like 4 good teams, really, in the NBA that actually have a real legitimate shot.
Yeah. I mean,
And then there's a bunch of like pretty good teams. And then there's the Pistons and the Rockets, who are like, they're young.
purgatory.
The purgatory teams are like the Hornets.
Yeah.
Those are the teams that
I
like,
feel like
they
the
need to make
Pistons,
changes.
the Rockets, and the Hornets are probably going to be in the chase for Wembanyama or Scoot Henderson in the draft coming up.
You know, some of the kids at school call me Mr. Wembanyama, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
I was like, what? Where do you get that from? And then I looked at, I'm like, oh, that guy.
Apparently, I'm champ A. But anyway, going to football, Niners, Bengals. I mean, Niners or Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm going to go with Eagles just because I'm a fan of the Eagles, but also I see our defense held up, and that dominating performance on the Giants is just so beautiful.
Here's one I have to tell on the air. One of our coworkers, Mr. Body, he goes, "What did the most illiterate Cowboys fans say after the Niners game?" And he goes, "Ain't he purdy?"
Shout out to Mr. Body.
Like,
Old-fashioned jokes never get old.
He makes
Seriously.
up his own jokes. It's just legendary. It's great.
But I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. I think even though Niners defense has been solid for like forever, I always know they're going to have the best defense in the league.
I
think
I could see
Hurts
them.
has proven that shoulder injury is healthy. Dickerson and the rest of our defense look really solid, so I think.
Yeah, the Eagles, when it comes down to it, they just got more...
And we have a lot of depth at running back, wide outs. I mean...
Don't interrupt me again.
I will slash your fingers. I'll literally stab you with a fork in your hand.
Oh, my gosh. No, I was just going to say the Eagles, I think, just have more offensive firepower. Like, if it came... Which I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but if it came down to it, you know, if the Eagles go up like 14-0, I just don't see like Brock Purdy like leading a bunch of touchdown drives to come back.
I don't know. We'll see. I do worry about the Eagles not, keeping their foot on the gas for that game. The Giants weren't that competitive, as we know. I mean, they let players like Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell literally like run through the route.
Yeah, that was a miss. I mean, Giants are just not talented enough to keep up with the Eagles at this point.
Yeah. And Bengals, I'm going to have to go with them. That's my pick. I think the Bengals proved against the Bills. I thought the Bills, even with the weather, were going to be the winners of that game, and they literally couldn't fight it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like the Bengals. They look great. I don't know how anyone's not picking them, but just for argument's sake, the Chiefs could win. Chiefs are at home, right?
Well, yeah, but here's my argument. I think Mahomes having that grade 2 sprain last game, he looked very hobbled, and he was throwing the ball very short. So
I agree, but they still have a great offense. Andy Reid is still one of those offensive geniuses, as I like to call him.
I mean, no one's going to stop Travis Kelce from getting a touchdown, but at the same time, I just see Bengals outscoring them at some point or pulling away during that game.
I think Chad Henne comes in and leads the game-winning drive.
Could happen.
Bank it.
So who are your Super Bowl picks? You think it's going to be Bengals, Eagles? That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, Bengals, Eagles, and Eagles just look like they've been on a mission all year. I don't want to jinx your team, but
Please don't.
it's hard not to like them. Sorry, the screen just went blank for a second.
Oh, yeah, we need the darkness.
Yeah. But,
And
yeah, that's I hate to agree with you on all the football things, but
this year there's no challenge. There's no bets.
maybe for the Super Bowl we'll say.
Super Bowl, I'm going to go with my team if they make it, which I believe they're going to.
Yeah, I bet you 5 cheesesteaks the Eagles choke.
Oh. If they're from Fat Tony's,
Where's Fat Tony's?
There's a Fat Tony's in Philadelphia.
Oh God, I'm not going all the way to Philly for some cheesesteaks.
Hey, the bet is set. We're going to Philly.
I want to go to that greasy, disgusting city.
So
They just hate New Yorkers.
saw some stuff in the MLB news.
Oh, you got some hot stove?
I don't have any hot stuff. I just saw the Mets made some small signings.
Yeah, who did they get again? Remind me.
They picked up a pitcher and they picked up a third baseman. I'm bad with names because I haven't been following MLB.
Yeah, but I'm honestly drawing a blank on what the Mets did. I can look it up real quick.
But
Stall for 10.
Stall for 10. And our sponsors are OnlyFans and Cheese Doodles.
Thank you, Cheese Doodles, for bringing us the delicious cheese taste we all love.
Or vanilla wafers that will never get old, just like cockroaches. They'll outlast a whole war zone.
Those vanilla wafers, they last somehow. They get a little soft, but you can still eat them after 2 months of being opened.
Oh, tastes
Vanilla
like cardboard.
wafers. The people's wafers.
Or like plywood.
When you don't want something too sweet or flavorful, have a vanilla wafer.
My teeth are bleeding. Almost pizza.
Yeah, it's almost pizza is funny. Well, they signed Justin Verlander. That was a huge deal. Obviously.
Yeah, I saw that.
They lost DeGrom.
Wait, where did DeGrom go again?
The Rangers.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Traitor! No, I mean, I wish him the best.
To any Yankee fans watching, go to hell.
Yeah.
Because you can overpay for your players.
Yeah, choke on a Yankee hot dog. What do they call them? A hot dog from Yankee Stadium. Choke on one of those.
A Brissette.
It's not a Hebrew national. It's a soubrette.
Yeah,
it's probably a soubrette.
I said a Brissette.
Yeah, cheap fucks.
No, yeah.
Just kidding.
Steve Cohen.
Jose
This message
Quintana.
is for you. Start spending more money.
Yeah, more. We want more. It's not enough. Jose Quintana was a okay signing.
Quintana is the one I was thinking of.
I like this Japanese pitcher, Kodai Senga.
Yeah, I don't.
I've been watching him. I watch a lot of Japanese baseball.
Me too.
He'll be good. Trust me.
They
They got some other guys.
I wish I could talk about the upcoming NBA draft, but the only three players.
Sorry, keep going.
Only three players I know are Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, and Amen Thompson. I know Imoni Bates might be in it, but
all I've heard of is Wembanyama.
Well, Scoot Henderson's solidified himself as a
The second pick.
I mean, they played against each other.
What team is he on?
He might be on the Ignite.
Oh,
Because
so
the
he's
G League Ignite allows like some college players to just go right there and they get paid.
Right. Well, they're like
That's what Jalen Green did.
that's where they go right out of high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Mets made some bullpen moves. David Robertson, I really like that signing. He's a veteran. Brooks Raley is very underrated.
I don't know
lefty.
who the fuck that is. But
I was gonna say he's a lefty reliever from the Rays.
oh,
He
okay.
had a good year last year. But they traded for him. McCann is out at catcher for Cash. Oh no, we gave them Cash.
And to any of our hockey fans, the Devils started off okay this season.
Oh, they're in second in the East, are they not?
Yeah, now, but there was a time in the middle of the season earlier where they looked pretty shitty. They're
What's
off.
your thoughts on the Metropolitan Division?
I didn't hear about that.
That's like the division that Devils and Rangers and all them are in.
Is it really called the Metropolitan?
Yeah, it's the Metropolitan. I just looked at this. I forgot already. Metropolitan and the South. I forgot. Yeah.
Well, I saw the
I know the
Islanders
Metropolitan.
weren't doing so good this year. I don't know the Rangers.
I'm not sure. I can't talk about hockey.
I can talk about hockey for days.
I
I'm
like
a hockey
it.
enthusiast.
I like watching
The
it.
Devils voucher called me today, and I told him my girlfriend broke up with me. Please leave me alone. I was very
Good way
hurt.
to go. Yeah, the Mets representative. She called me like a bunch of times.
Would you like to sign?
I wouldn't call her like pushy, but she was like persistent to get like a Zoom call going, and I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy season tickets, and she's like, oh, but it's you can buy the 20 game package. And I'm like, I go to like one game a year.
I'm not driving to Queens just to watch my team lose in a rainstorm. I've been a Mets fan for years. I know what to expect.
Oh man, she pushed so hard for the Zoom meeting. I like finally gave it to her. I'm like lady, I don't want to like
meeting.
Yeah, we had a Zoom meeting.
What?
Yeah, she's trying to get me to buy season tickets, and I'm like, she was nice, but she was like persistent. I'm like, I'm not. She's like, like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Arms.
Yeah, I told her, I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me to buy 20 games. And she's like, oh, but they're flexible. Like you can sell them. Like you can get your value back.
Say your girlfriend broke up with you.
You
just got to say your girlfriend broke up with you. Make it off the phone.
When it comes to the Mets, I'm like, well, maybe because they offered me like a free tour of like the clubhouse. And stuff.
You get to watch.
Actually, we could have went to a free game, but we probably would have had to sit through like a timeshare presentation.
Well, what's the timeshare?
Like like watch a 30-minute presentation.
A boat is a boat. Well, then a mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat.
You could take the boat or the mystery box. Oh,
I would have sat through a timeshare for a free game.
I
just hate going to Queens because now I can't do drugs in the fucking parking lot.
It's a pain in the ass. What's stopping you from doing drugs in the parking lot?
Because, like, if I'm the only one doing it, it's not as fun anymore.
Folks, it doesn't have to do anything with Queens.
Well,
whatever. That's fine.
Other topics we were going to talk about tonight. Will Joel shave his beard and keep just the mustache? More news at 12.
Yeah, we'll find out next episode, maybe.
No, maybe that should be the bet. If the Eagles win, Joel has to shave.
I'm not working in a school with just a mustache.
Why not?
I feel like it's very...
All the 70s teachers did
it. Yeah.
2023, bring back the Rick Rude.
If we get 500 views on this video, I'll shave everything but the mustache.
Ooh.
How about that?
So if we get 500 views, Joel will shave everything but the mustache.
Yeah, I hope you were listening for the full 18 minutes and 30 seconds. Get that nugget. Share the video. Yeoman's work. YouTube, Yeoman's work. Also on my Instagram, digging yourself a Joel. Underscores in between every word.
Okay. He took it a little too far, but thanks for listening. We're back. See you later.
All right, see you guys.